Hey guys, just wanted to check in briefly from up here back in Washington, D.C. Yeah, it's really interesting to me that we are looking at now basically a consumption tax through these Trump tariffs that really amounts to a regressive tax on basically everything in the American economy, or it will, in the sense that you're putting a tax on intermediate goods like steel and aluminum that make everything more expensive. One point that nobody's talking about is obviously that's only a tax paid on your initial inputs from abroad. So in a sense, Trump's analysis here is right that they will pay that tax initially. Obviously, what will then happen is they will increase their prices and pass that on to consumers, and that's why macroeconomists that study this will always point out it's really us, it's the American citizen that actually pays that difference. One thing nobody's talking about though is this also impacts domestic products, right? Competitors to those international products also will then raise their prices for the simple fact that their competitors' prices are now higher, so they can follow suit and match with higher prices as well. But really increasingly, this is all pretty much rote, and this is well understood in the macroeconomic and international economic literature. What we're now looking at, however, is in addition to that happening, right, those prices going up, we're also looking at a kind of a damper on the economy at large through a lot of firings in the federal sector, through a lot of deportations on the farm labor side, through job firings in sectors that are being impacted by the uncertainty of the tariffs and the higher costs incurred by the tariffs. So really what we're looking at now is potentially stagflationary influences in the economy, as you have really less economic activity, a less strong labor market, but also still higher and higher prices. This puts the central bank in a really tough spot because they can only adjust interest rates, right? And they can adjust interest rates up, raise interest rates to make money more expensive and slow inflation, slow the movement of money through the economy, or they can lower those rates, kind of incentivizing lending and borrowing of money, increasing the velocity of money, increasing economic activity, overheating the economy a bit to get more people back to work. But they really have to balance price control and full employment. And really what Trump is doing is putting the central bank in an impossible position, in a position where they can't be right because they have to solve two problems at once. So, really curious for y'all's thoughts on this. Obviously, I'm an international studies guy. I'm not an economist, but this is my understanding of the situation and increasingly my concern about the situation. Thanks again for watching.